I'm in the center of the
That's
screen.
why I keep telling you to move to the left. All right.
I don't know.
I'll move.
I
more.
feel... No, I don't
There
know.
we go. It doesn't look as weird.
Just hogging all your screen.
Yeah, don't fuck with the right screen. And my favorite moment in the film was actually when Jesus Christ appears and says apes and humans are equal. Hey Starbucks, I'm Ryan Wright.
I'm Adele,
Welcome to Reasons to See.
where we give you reasons to see.
Or maybe not to see. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. So let's hang out. So guys, Adele and I just watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes together. Sitting alone, movie theater, made out for like 20 minutes. It was awesome. Yeah, it was good. Really like this movie an awful fucking lot. Too much. This movie should be destroyed for how much it is liked.
Yeah, it was awesome. It had me the whole time, and I loved it. And this is coming from someone who, like, I have seen most of the other movies. I did see the last movie, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, but I didn't love it enough that it's fresh in my mind. I can't really recall anything except James Franco.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this movie rocked. I loved it.
From the very beginning, it's great. You know, they have one of those awesome, like, zombie-like prologues where, like, the virus spread across the nation. And that was cool, but then, like, the opening shot, from then on, I was hooked. Like, that first 15 minutes, I'm pretty sure it was a solid 15 minutes, you didn't see a single human.
Yeah.
It was just these apes. And the apes, the first few minutes in, I was like, I think I could just watch the apes the entire movie.
I know.
and they mainly give you the apes as the main character. Like, they're the main characters. You don't go, oh, the humans are the main characters, but it's really about the apes. It's like, no, it is about the apes.
It's really smart to have that first 15 minutes just focus on the apes, because it just gives you time to get to know them, to empathize with them, and then suddenly the humans come in, you're like, whoa, humans, chill out.
Yeah. Because it's one thing to understand where the apes are coming from, it's another thing to feel where they're coming from, you know? And they really do give you that feeling. And when the human finally does come in, that was perfect.
Yeah.
It was like great way to introduce it. They put you like in a world that you feel like you're just part of this ape community. And then when a human shows up, you're like, whoa, a human. And even though you know it's gonna happen eventually, it's still like, whoa, I didn't expect to be a little surprised here. That was a smart choice that he shot the ape, because like right off the bat, you know, it's like, as a writing point of view, it makes the audience immediately feel like, ooh, humans fucked it up. And we're okay if the humans fucked it up.
But I'm glad they didn't just focus on the humans fucking it up. You know, they also, everyone was accountable, both sides. It wasn't black and white.
It was like a real world of societies trying to function in a world where they just have to survive. You know, it's kind of like The Walking Dead in a way. So they have to have, like what you're talking about, the accountability. And that's like, it's just like real people in this film.
Real people.
Real people are real characters, man.
Yeah, it was. It was very, very character driven. And that's what made it so exciting, like edge of your seat, like exciting.
Like in the first one, it was like there were some other cool apes, but it was just mainly Caesar. In this one, you do get a lot of other ones. Like Caesar's son is really cool. He was a great character. Fucking really soft on the eyes. Just fucking gets you with the sympathetic eyes.
Like the eyes was so well done. I felt on all the characters. I don't know, the CG work was amazing.
Speaking of eyes, what's his name?
Blue Eyes.
Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes was great. You know, like this film has such good subtlety, because you can kind of feel like Koba's a little bit of a bad dude, like up front. And when he's like right away in the beginning, Caesar says, "Think before you act," and he's like, "I don't want to fucking listen to you, Dad." And then a moment later, Koba comes up to him, pats him on the shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, we all need scars," or some cool shit like that. You know, so it's like immediately establishing that. What did you call it?
Oh, I compared it to the Lion King?
That's what you did.
I said it was like that dynamic of a father, son, and the uncle, who's kind of a bit shady. So you got Mufasa, Simba, and Scar.
Yeah, no, that is very... That's very much it. If Mufasa survived most of the movie, yeah.
Yeah, and Koba even had this like wicked scar down his face.
Yeah.
And one eye, and one like blue covered.
I thought Koba was written so well. Like even him, he's essentially who becomes the bad guy.
Yeah.
But even then, I was like, I completely get where this guy's coming from. And they establish it so well. Like, he's only learned bad things from humans. Like, why else would he not trust them? Like, it's real trauma this dude has. And it's understandable. And, like, the first couple guys he kills were douchebags anyway. You know?
But yeah, he really has this misguided sense of what's right and wrong. It even gets convoluted along the way through the war. he starts killing apes, but he just doesn't see it. He's blinded by his own sense of it.
Oh yeah, like, dude, when he fucking kills Ash, when he just... I thought he was gonna like take the pole and beat the humans, and then I thought like the writers were like, "What if he killed the ape instead?" And
yeah.
he just starts dragging the ape, and then he throws him. I'm like, was that like a kid ape? Like, it's like a teenager or something.
I know. He tried to like pull this wrestling move and threw him over the balcony, and
that was so fucked up. That actually had my jaw drop a little bit. I couldn't believe that he just did that.
And the look on Blue Eye's face when that happens, it's like, you know,
pure confusion.
Yeah.
Everyone knows Andy Serkis is gonna rock it as Caesar, but these other guys too, whoever they were, I don't know who played them.
Yeah.
They did a great job too. Koba and Blue Eyes, fantastic shit. This film just had a habit of getting better and better and better.
It was a really good film.
Yeah. I love that moment when the apes decide, because I love seeing the whole leadership mentality of Caesar. Makes it a way more unique experience too. So when Caesar decides to go pay the humans a visit and he brings all the apes with him and stuff, like that was a really cool scene. Like,
very cool. Very.
I love this movie so
Do you need
much.
a moment?
I do need a moment.
Okay, we'll take a break.
Because then with Jason Clarke's eyes, you know, he just walks up there.
There's a lot of staring.
There's a lot of staring.
A lot of misty-eyed staring.
Well, yeah, he just gets misty-eyed a lot, doesn't he? I'm like, was he gonna cry right now?
No, that's for the female character. Poor Kerry Russell. The first like 3 scenes she's in, like all she does is tear up and cry.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you know, she's not a very strong woman in the female character, but
I'm hoping there's like a director's cut where you do get to explore these characters more. Like a really good director's cut. I loved those moments of Caesar with his family. Like, not the ape family, like his actual family. It was cool to see, like, oh, he has a wife and a kid now, 2 kids now. I like those moments, and I wish we got to see a little bit more of the wife, other than she's sick and we care about her because she's Caesar's wife and she has a baby. Other than having a couple of facts about her to really care about her. So yeah, the female characters are not really explored that much, but I'm hoping there's like a director's cut where you do get to explore them more.
But it's kind of okay. I don't know. I didn't really miss a female presence. Or feel like I'm glad they didn't just write some
It's about fucking apes, that's why.
Strong female character in just for the sake of, you know, representing. It felt well balanced because it's a very male, testosterone dominated world that's happening.
Yeah, I was so horny watching it. Ridiculously horny.
Yeah. So Caesar's family. I loved the little baby.
Oh,
right?
the baby was so adorable.
It was really well done. That scene we were saying with where the baby gets off the horse and connects with the humans, connects with the Kerry Russell and the little boy, the teenage boy character, and it's like, oh, maybe we can just all get along. No.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah.
Then douchebag McGee fucking decides to grab a shotgun like an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, that was one moment where, like, I hated that guy, and you're supposed to. That was one moment where I'm like, what an idiot.
He even acknowledges that he's an asshole. He says it.
Yeah.
Well, what? I'm the asshole. Like, he knows he's the asshole.
God, I fucking hated that guy. I, like, legitimately was like, you're fucking things up for them. You gotta cut it out.
I know. There's always people that don't conform to the main group and don't do what you want them to do, you know? They're always going to go off and do their own thing and ruin things for everybody else.
Yeah. Fuckers.
So in both the good, you know, the humans versus the apes, there were singular sort of minds that stuck out as like the bad characters. So the apes, there was Koba. In the humans, you had Dreyfus, which is Gary Oldman's character. They're very, very similar type of characters, even though they're on both sides of the war. And I really liked that they showed those similarities. It shows that they're just so similar. These apes and humans are so similar.
I feel like with Gary Oldman's character that he could have felt a little more necessary, but it's still good. And Gary Oldman, for the little bits he has, he still decides to go, I'm going to embody this role. He has that one moment where he's looking at his family photos. Yeah. And the whole thing is done in silence. He's just looking around, and then he comes across his computer. And then he starts to cry. Yeah. And it's like, it just makes you really understand more where this dude's coming from. Like, he's had to go through a lot of shit to survive.
Just like Koba. I mean, just like his counterpart. Koba's also in the first movie, which I can't really remember, Koba's been experimented on and
anal probing was awful.
Yeah.
I don't think they actually did that. Like another scene that I thought was so good was like, you know, because Caesar has this like really well written inner confliction between his, you know, draw to humans because he fucking grew up with humans. You know, that hurt and betrayal that he also has. So like when he's helping out the humans a lot, and then Cujo. What's his name?
Koba.
When Koba when Koba comes back after seeing that the humans have all the guns, and then they get into that fight, that was a really strong moment. Because you get where both of those dudes are coming from in that moment, you know? Like, you just don't fuck with a guy's family like that. You don't tell a guy you love the humans more than your son. Ouch. I really felt like I was in an ape's position in that moment. First off, that was just a violent fucking scene. Like, when Caesar's thrashing on him, I'm like, you can get away with this because they're apes, but if these were humans, this would be incredibly violent.
Yeah.
And, like, even Koba's, like, bleeding a little bit, and he's already got a fucked up face enough as it is. Earlier in the film, you see Koba reach out his hand for forgiveness, and that's what that means. And then Caesar just, like, fucking smacks with, like, the cool G that he is. and then in that moment, the same thing was offered, but it was like, but shit's not really cool.
Yeah.
Shit's really, nah.
Yeah.
No, there's something about the way they touch each other's hands that you're just not sure about anymore. Really clever plot turn when, I keep forgetting his name. Keep on calling him Cujo. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant. when he takes the gun, shoots the Caesar, and then you think Caesar's dead. Of course you don't know he's not dead. But he shoots Caesar, and then he just leaves it and stuff, and he puts on this act like, what the fuck, someone shot Caesar? And it was so smart. I'm like, clever bad guy. That is a clever bad guy.
Well, yeah, I love that the bad guys, they were just so, like, Koba was so well rounded, you know?
Yeah.
You hated him because he was the bad guy and he was doing fucked up things, but at the same time you could still just see a glimpse of where he was coming from.
My only one thing about it was I felt like Koba eventually started to lose some of his, I don't want to say humanity, but you know what I mean?
You could say humanity. Yeah.
And it's like, then he kind of became villain that's drunk with power.
Right.
And I didn't really believe the drunk with power part, because I was like, this didn't seem like it was like being the king of things. It seemed like it was a thing of really defense and wanting to take them out of survival reasons, because he's of fear and stuff. So drunk with power, Koba was not. It was just something that I didn't fully believe at the time. That's fair. Yeah, fair.
It's fair.
It's fair.
It's fair. You're being fair.
You don't agree? Are we gonna have a fight in front of the camera? It's gonna be a damn good review show now.
No. I guess I'd agree with you. I know. I just saw that was the only way that I felt like they could take it and then kill him and it'd be okay with the audience.
That's what I mean, though.
They had to stop showing the lightness. You know, they had to stop giving us any more empathy towards him. Otherwise, when he died, it would have been not okay.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean, is like, I would have preferred a more challenging ending like that.
Okay.
Like, because that's where I thought this film was cool, because I'm like, this isn't your typical Hollywood film.
Right.
But I could see how with investing like $200 million into a picture, they're like, let's play the ending a little safe. But
yeah, the ending was safe, but it was satisfying still.
Yeah, it was still satisfying, and like, at the end of the day, you did want Koba to die. Because he was a douchebag. He's really good with guns, though. I like that one moment where he's riding the horse and he's got both guns. And I'm like, I don't like him.
So scary.
That's badass.
Oh my god. I kind of wish they hadn't spoiled that for me in the trailer. Because that was just such a crazy image to see that.
The action scenes are so good because
So good.
they're not just like awesomely directed. They're also like emotionally gripping. Like, I was getting anxiety during that first battle.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, Caesar's like probably asleep right now, and all this shit's going down.
Yeah.
It's like, no, the war started.
In that first battle scene, I loved the bit where Koba gets in on the tank and he like pulls the dude out of the tank and like crushes his sternum and whatever, and then they do this 360 tank bit while the tank's going and the camera's like, it feels like point of view where the camera's like sitting on top of the tank as the tank head is rotating around. You see all the battlefield in the background, and that was sick.
But even before the 360 tank part, like, the guy tries climbing out of the tank and then just pulls him back in and murder the dude. Like, I love that attention to detail.
It felt like a bit game-like the way they did that.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely say it like first-person point of view or something.
In that battle as well, just before the tank bit again, when the humans are gearing up for battle, I thought they did this really nice little bit, because there's not a lot of time to go into detail, you know, there's so much happening, but they just throw in this tiny little detail of Gary Oldman like helping this young boy, looks like 18, like get his weapons in order. And, you know, it's gonna be okay, and then we cut back to it a few minutes later and the boy is like dead, eyes open, blood everywhere. and just really shows that brutality of war. I like that they don't glorify war in this at all. They definitely show how awful it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It's just like survival story of like societies fighting for territory. It's so weird just to fight out of fear. The whole time we were thinking, if these guys just had a sit down conversation, probably wouldn't get into all this shit.
Wow, isn't that it? Isn't that why wars start? Because
we can't communicate properly.
Communication is key.
Yeah, it's a lot of miscommunication and a lot of misunderstandings.
Yeah. The whole thing really is a misunderstanding, and that's what is so tragic about it all, is that can't we all just get along? So shit got serious.
Oh, wait. Oh, gotta mention. Ape battle at the end.
Oh my god.
Fucking fantastic. It was like watching two apes fight each other.
It was like watching. It was watching.
Yeah, it was so cool.
It was so awesome. Did not expect that.
Yeah.
Like big square off final battle to be between two apes, which was just so cool.
It was well choreographed.
Yeah.
It was well stylized and everything.
I believed it 100%. I never for one second thought that there was computer stuff going on.
It wasn't like yeah, you're so invested you completely forget they're computer characters.
So I totally forget.
That was my problem with Avatar. I was so aware that they were computer the whole time. Mm-hmm. I couldn't get into it. Mm-hmm. It's probably because they're like space creatures.
But that's exactly, like these are apes. It's kind of, it's a little bit more close to home, so.
Yeah, just a little bit though.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Some more than others.
Yeah. That moment when Caesar and his son make up,
mm-hmm.
when he starts to cry.
When they're in James Franco's old house.
Yeah. I almost cried, but I didn't. But I almost cried. You did?
I just teared up a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. It was very moving, you know, because they have a complicated relationship. At the beginning, they don't see eye to eye. There's this son, trying to outdo his father and doesn't want to be treated like a child anymore.
He's getting manipulated now. Yeah, and then suddenly,
he's able to come into his own and stand up be
a
man.
He had good redemption when he fucking is like, I'm going to break those apes out and bring them over to your dad.
How good was the orangutan ape?
Oh, he's cool.
His voice I don't know what orangutans sound like, but he had this kind of voice that sounded a bit like... I don't know where I'm going with that. I lost my train of thought like halfway through. It sounded like an orc. Didn't you think he was like I'm not going to do it. I was going to do the voice.
Orc.
No, didn't you think...
That's what an orc sounds like.
No, he had like a funny voice.
Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. That's not how talking apes sound. Final moments in this film I thought were really good. I thought it was a great way to set up for a sequel. Mm-hmm. And because it's bringing it full circle in a different route than you would have expected. Because in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, based off the way it was ending, I just thought the sequel would be like, Caesar's gonna kick some human ass. Mm-hmm. But you see in this one, he's like, no, I'm just trying to live my own ape life right now and stay away from humans. Mm-hmm. And then the cause of this war, it was so smart how Caesar was even like, hey, it's our fault why we're going to war. We fucked up, but now we got to defend ourselves.
Yeah. So that's like, he takes responsibility, but at the same time, he's not going to step down and just
let his people die, you know?
He has to fight.
And they're still having understanding, and then like that growth of him like accepting the fact that like apes and humans are, hey, we all got emotions and we all fuck up. That was cool when he was like, friend. It's Batman. Friend.
Do some other Caesar quotes.
What else does he say? Home.
Caesar's home.
Caesar's home. Ooh. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I'm Batman.
Okay.
So, Adele. Do people say that to you?
Yeah.
Adele?
Yeah.
You sound like a deli. A deli?
Yeah. Would you like a sandwich?
Yeah. Adele, what do you want? Huh? Turkey? Ham?
Pastrami. That's good, right?
That's the first time I heard you do an accent. Yeah, so Adele, what do you think the reasons are to see this movie?
Everything.
I would have to agree. This, to me, is the reason movies are made.
I've got nothing.
I'm gonna stare off.
Get misty-eyed.
I was trying to get there. All right, guys, thanks for checking out our review for No Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. Why don't you go ahead and comment below and tell us, what would your ape name be? That's a good question.
Ooh, what would your ape name be?
Longstock.
Longstock, okay.
First thing that came to mind. Long Schlong. That's the one.
Long Schlong?
Yeah.
I would be Curly Whirly.
We just want our names to rhyme. They're not really ape names.
And if you want to see more episodes of Reasons to See.
Yeah, reasons.
Many reasons to see, make sure you click the link below to subscribe. Is that right?
That's correct. And Adele has her own movie review channel. You should check out her channel. Here's another link for that right here. Seriously, she does good reviews, obviously. Why would she come on the channel if she sucked?
I know. Why?
Don't make a sucking joke right now, Ryan. No. Oops! And last but not least, if you want to get updated every time one of our reviews or videos is out, subscribe! Click on this button to subscribe. Yeah, right there. There you go. There you go. You look like you're pushing a woman's boobs away from your face right now. Ugh! You're so tall and fat. Have you ever dated a fat guy?
I got nothing.
You got nothing, so you haven't?
I got nothing. I feel like your camera battery's running out.
No, that's not a feeling. That's just a fact.
But I feel it. I felt it before I saw it.
Yeah?
I'm tired. I just feel like I've been like switched on for like, okay, concentrating.
Oh, you're not used to something this long, huh?
No.
Sorry. Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah.
I feel like you got the joke before I did.
I was just expecting smut to come out of your
did
mouth.
not. I honestly did not even think about that till I
did.
saw your eyes go. It's like
I'm tired. Are we done? Can I go now?
I'm gonna keep recording until you're done.
Oh.
Hey, you have to walk home, man, so you gotta relax for a while.
You get Starbucks.
You just had Starbucks and it didn't help you at all.
I want more Starbucks.
Oh, okay. I'm just doing this to torture you.
I know.
I really don't think I'll even use this footage.
I know.
Okay. Oh, fucking with Adele. Fucking with Adele.